Well, happy Black Monday. Hopefully, you got all your Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all your trimmings out of the way. It is I guess you could say, Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving edition
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
of the Mizzle Dub Show. Of course, I am Dub. He is Mizzle. And a lot has happened over the week that was Thanksgiving, so we will hop right down to it as I actually had the holiday off, which is rare. But
Didn't do it yourself, did you?
no, hell no, I did not know what to do.
I'm shocked you didn't go see a movie.
I was, but I got tired.
Oh, the turkey set in, huh?
That and
it's okay. It's all right.
It
after
happens.
you eat, a lot of plans change after you eat. You can have a list of things to do until you go sit down and you eat that delicious meal that was prepped for you, all that hard work, and then your plate is about as big as your eyes. Okay.
But the most important thing was, as I told my sis, your wife, I found the apple pie, which was the most important thing. Because I was on a mission to find some damn apple pie.
You gotta have that, man. That's the juice. But was it a la mode?
It was not, but it had some maple brown sugar in it, so it sufficed.
You still need the ice cream. I can't eat apple pie plain. I gotta have the ice cream.
No, I had some ice cream with it. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, that's what I said. Was it a la mode? So you had ice cream. So yes.
Yes. So not to touch off. Well, I mean, look here. We'll touch off. Well, we won't talk about much of the other two games because the other two games were pretty much boring and a blot.
Yeah.
The Bills had a good right game against the Saints in the Superdome as Josh Allen and Mr. Diggs went to work and had some turkey legs and turducken in the Big Izzy. And the Bears and Lions.
Wait, brother, the route that I showed you that Diggs ran.
Yeah.
Whoa. Ridiculous.
You might need some calcium in those ankles because Mr. Diggs gave that defender the absolute business, if you will.
Bad.
But it was a get-right game for the Bills as they're now looking up or in a tie with the Patriots. And we'll get into that eventually as the show progresses. Lions and Bears, close game, but the Lions showed you why. They are winless with the tie. God bless them. They fight with tremendous effort.
Every year.
But the Bears
every game
found a way to get it done. And then there was the most watched game in a regular season in 30 plus years. 30 plus years. And oddly enough, it had to take two teams that a lot of people don't like so much for this to be the most watched game in regular season history. But nonetheless, at my brother's household in Folsom, it really was a house divided. But it turned into a very, very, very entertaining, as Howard Cosell would say, what a football game this turned out to be. And 60 minutes was not enough. And I gotta bust him out from him because he said he was not going to watch. He said I was done. But yet on Thanksgiving morning, he sent me the picture of him in his colors. So he was good to go. But a very
that was just frustration talk. That you know, I bleed this silver and black for real. There's no jumping the ship. I am probably one of the most hardest fans on my team. I talk shit when they're down. I talk shit when they're up. I am one of the Raider fans that you will know that I watched my team go 0-10 until November 20th. That day that the Kansas City Chiefs decided to come in to that arena, that stadium.
In the rain.
Not only did we get the W,
but our nephew,
we became uncles. We became uncles that same day. So
little big brother became dada for the first time.
So nobody should never question how I feel about my team. Yes, I may talk crap about them that day, but in the long run, it's like I'm married, ladies and gentlemen, but it's like that relationship you just can't let go. You know, like you just want to just like divorce them, but you can't do it because you love them so much. Because you want to see this franchise be what they should be. So, yeah, I said I wasn't going to watch the game Thursday, but I was going to watch the game because I'm married to a Cowboy fan. So, regardless if I wasn't going to watch the game, I was going to watch the game. So, if I was going to watch the game, might as well wear my colors because I am a Raider. Well, the colors stay on me. I got Sixer colors on today. So,
and the Fiend.
Yeah, but
nonetheless, a very entertaining game. As like I said, 60 minutes was not enough. It went in to overtime, but the Raiders pull out the win, 36-33.
Yes,
to start the festivities on Thanksgiving. And as much as criticism, and rightfully so, because he did not play well, but it goes to show when a certain quarterback throws for over 300 plus yards,
they're just 6-0.
This team does not lose.
They're 6-0.
So
but see, I know coaches don't go off stats, but I'm sorry, if your quarterback is airing it out, see, this is the difference. This way football is now, the pass sets up the run, unless you're running Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan type offense. Their offense, the run sets up the pass.
Sets up the play action.
That's how they're built. That's how a Shanahan offense is built. But I told you pre-Gruden, when Gruden did what he did, and you asked me what should be done. I said Derek Carr should go back to his Fresno State days, to where he was just airing it out. And guess what? We do have a running game because now you're focusing on the passing game. Check out Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake. So
some holes opened up late in the game as the game progressed, as Jacobs had 87 yards on 22 carries, and Drake had some nice runs in there as well.
Yes.
But perhaps the quiet story of the game for me was perhaps this guy, who is one of the best route runners in football. You probably haven't heard of him. But he only had 8 catches for 134 yards.
Quietly, because everybody was the bigger thing was on Deshaun Jackson because he had 3 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown. But no, you better watch that slot guy. His name is Hunter Renfrow. His nickname is Third and Renfrow, but he's starting to show you that I just ain't around here for third downs. I'm here. Not only was his receptions were great, but in the key situation, his punt return got us good field position in a certain time of the game.
Well,
so
the first
he's just not playing wide receiver. He is
versatile.
He's a football player. That is Welsh Welker reincarnated. They need to let him throw a touchdown pass. He was a former quarterback in high school. So it's there. But on top of another thing with the game, I know we're going to run down. I don't want to spend too much time on my Raiders, because I can talk about them all day. And we're going to get to your Niners. But they finally used Marcus Mariota, and there was not a penalty, and there was nothing that stopped that play from happening. And you saw the fruits of the labor with Mariota. And I do love on that. Did you see my quarterback DC4 telling Diggs to come on out here and guard me? Did you see that? You gotta love it. Even though he knew there was not a single pass coming that way, you knew it. America knew it. Mariota wasn't handing that ball off. But it's very rare that a team wins a game when they go 3 for 13 on third downs. Actually, both teams went 3 for 13 on third downs. But you don't win when you go convert on third down.
But can we say 509 total yards for your team on 77 total plays? And I mean, granted, when you got 2 of the most penalized teams in the NFL, penalties will happen, but Anthony Brown just got picked on and picked on and picked on.
See, here's the good thing. My wife doesn't watch our show pretty often, but she does. I don't think she'll watch this one because she knows what I'm going to be talking about. But on that pass interference on Zay Jones that set up the game-winning field goal.
Oh, when he never turned around.
What she was trying to say was, because the picture they only show is Zay Jones kind of hugging,
Yes.
but they don't see the play. And I'm trying to explain to her. I said, babe, he did not turn his head around. And she's like, well, how can he turn his head around when your player's hugging him? I said, before he got there, he has to turn his head around to make it seem like he's making a football play. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, it's the right call because he didn't turn his head. He made contact with him. Granted, the ball was underthrown, number one.
Yes. Yes, it was.
So, but if the Cowboys want to live off that was the deciding factor of the game because it wasn't, I'm okay with that.
Well, as it normally is in football, and it just so happened to cost the Vikings yesterday, and we'll get into that eventually also. The Cowboys, when they responded and scored on that touchdown, Greg Zuerlein missed the extra point. And eventually the Cowboys were chasing that point all. Now, eventually, yes, they end up being tying the game with a 2-point conversion. But normally, if you miss that extra point, you're normally trying to catch up the rest of the game, chasing points per se. Excuse me.
Well, what I would say is that 2-point conversion play they called was horrendous. That right there, I think, was the point that changed the game because they were still in it minus that missed extra point. I think they take that 1 point, maybe here nor there, but
well, that was not Kellen Moore's finest play calling.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, that was ridiculous to say. But for the Raiders, they're back in the thick of it. You have the Chargers, you have
Broncos,
the Broncos, and your Raiders all at 6-5 with this ridiculous race that is the wild card. But yet again, the AFC West is still within grasp. Only a half game separates every single team because this by far has become the best division of football so far in 2021.
Yeah.
Every team over 500.
I agree.
The Chargers just seem to be a bad matchup for the Broncos. And Patrick Surtain II, have yourself a game yesterday afternoon.
You know, I'll say this. I know my team has second half collapses to where they just look like they forgot how to play football. But nobody talks about how the Chargers look crappy. This is the third year, next like my Raiders, that they have had the potential to just take this division and they shit the pot.
Well, as you know, I always say it's always a mental thing.
Yeah, you always have.
When it comes to something like this, but going back to the Chargers, and I mean, the Chargers have some very talented people on that team.
Yes.
Of course, as you know, I think they have one of the best tandems at wide receiver in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. And you know how much we have been a big Keenan Allen fan since his days as the California Golden Bear. One of the best route runners in football will just make you look stupid trying to guard him.
Quietly just averages 1,000 yards every season.
Yeah.
Just almost 100 yards. I mean, almost 100 receptions every year. Quiet.
The man just continues to just produce a Hall of Fame career that nobody is talking about. But I mean, even when Phillip Rivers was still playing, and this just goes back to, doesn't matter who that coach is, the Chargers will just find a way to have a double-digit lead and lose these close, heartbreaking type games. I mean, as talented as the Chargers are, it's a shame that they always keep, in a sense, underachieving year after year, kind of like the way your Raiders have the last 3 years, certainly in the second half of the season. But as it stands, they're only a half game behind the Kansas City Chiefs. Every team in the division has 6 or more wins. The Chiefs are 7-4, and the Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders rounding out the tree at at 6-5. The only downfall for you Raiders is you're 1-2 in the division, but you still have three more division games to play. So you play them each once again. Of course, you end the season at home against the Chargers, and that could be for a playoff spot or the division, if you will. So just to round out the rest of Week 12 of the NFL, the Bengals are playing some very good football, and they go and hang up a 40-burger on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow, yeah, a 40 burger.
And we talk about quietly how Keenan Allen just produces. Folks, there is a running back from the University of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner.
Joe Mixon.
That is quietly putting up a fantastic season. That is Joe Mixon.
Yes.
And he has certainly put that domestic dispute behind him back when he was younger in college. And he is producing and having a fine season. And Joe Burrow has seeming to be the answer with the Bengals. And you asked me the question, or you made the statement on Sunday, and I'm starting to agree with you. And as you know, I've been a fan of his since he was a rookie back in 2004. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won 2. He will be wearing a gold jacket in Canton. I have no doubt about that. But it might be time for number 7 to hang up the spikes wearing that black and gold silver.
I said it, man. It's just something. He shouldn't have came back this year. I know they were talking about the hoorah, let's win it for Ben, but you know how those things work out. No, the win it for that never works. That it never works, you know. So he looked horrible out there. I mean, horrible, bro. It's
24 for 41, 263 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions, but one of those being a pick 6. But also, T. Higgins, have yourself an afternoon, buddy.
Please do.
6 catches for $114 and a TD.
It wasn't just about Joe Mixon that day. T. Higgins had himself a great game.
He was saying, hey, look at me. And perhaps maybe the game of the day, in addition to your Raiders and Cowboys, the Buccaneers and the Colts, a very entertaining game.
Yes.
And if you have Leonard Fournette in fantasy, he definitely got you some points.
Yes.
Some big points. 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 receiving. Gronk had himself a good game, but Carson Wentz was in a giving mood with 2 interceptions. But the Buccaneers found a way.
We got to take a mid-commercial break in here. I have people working on the house outside, so I'm gonna let the youngest, well, not the youngest, but the oldest boy come in here and talk sports with you. DeAndre.
He was holding a sign.
I know. Talk sports.
We're
recording, so you have to hold.
Yes, we are live, nephew.
All right.
Now what sign were you holding?
I was holding a sign. Oh, dang, it's backwards.
No, I can read it.
It's
No.
Mizzle Dub Show.
Oh. The boy's making signs now. Well, what did you think of your team's performance on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys? Because I know it was mom and brother on one side and dad and brother on the other side. So give me your thoughts on what you saw on Thursday.
I think it was very, very good.
Very good.
Well, not
Okay.
like very, very, but very good.
Very good. Okay. Well,
Liked it. It's definitely a step up from last week or from the week.
Okay.
before.
well, what did you like? What did you not like? And what did you want them? And what do you want them to see them improve on as the season progresses?
Mostly just like it's like, whenever our defense does good, our offense doesn't really do that good. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we'll have weeks where we do good on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I kind of want to make it to where we do good on both sides mostly every time.
That would normally help if you're
Yeah.
trying to become a good team. I definitely can understand that. What did you think of Carr's performance as he certainly as mentioned with your dad, when he passes for over 300 yards, they don't lose, and thus all 6 of their wins have come when he's thrown the ball and throw it at a frenetic pace. What do you think about his performance?
His performance was pretty good. I liked it, and Speaking of quarterbacks like Derek Carr, when I saw Marcus Mariota get on the field, I was like, oh, we're getting the backup quarterback to do good stuff, because like I kind of wanted him to get a touchdown this year, especially with him being our backup too, and he's a pretty good backup.
Well, it always does help to have a good backup quarterback. But especially with him being in there, they can utilize his legs more.
Yeah.
That's not saying Carr's not slow, because Carr can show you that he can run when it's needed, but definitely Mariota has made a living by using his legs.
Yeah.
And he definitely did on that particular touchdown run where the whole defense got fooled.
Mm-hmm.
And Mariota had a clean path to the end zone. But I'm pretty sure your dad will be scouting the team that your Raiders play next, which will be the team without a mascot. That would be the Washington football team. They are tonight's Monday night game.
Yeah.
It definitely will not be the same defense, because losing Chase Young for the football team does hurt. But I would suggest that you would watch them closely and see what kind of what kind of scheme they have, because like I said, I mean, it won't be easy. I mean, it is a game that your team should win, but of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL.
Yeah.
But it looked like, going back to the game against the Cowboys, I think it seemed like Josh Jacobs seemed to find his stride running the ball again. He definitely looked better than he did in weeks past. What did you see? Did it give you hope, or did you have some doubts, or what did you see with 28 running the football against the Cowboys? What was your take on it?
I saw that he's pretty good when we use him, but sometimes he just needs to get past the defense. Get past, like, the defensive line is basically like the only thing that he has problem with.
Well, he has been nursing some injuries, and that's definitely that definitely does help. But I mean, it seemed like he was hitting the hole a lot better. But also that can also help when your defense is getting tired from being on the field so much. But they finally threw Deshaun Jackson the football, and Deshaun Jackson finally found the end zone. Would you like for your beloved team to use Deshaun Jackson more, since he's now starting to get more comfortable learning this offense, being that this is his third or fourth week being with the team?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add?
Not really, but but
well, we
dad's
thank the oldest boy for being on our show and filling in for his dad while he had to take care of some business. Ladies and gentlemen, DeAndre Mason. Say bye to the people.
Bye.
All right, nephew, be good.
All right.
How did he do?
He gave some good. He gave some good pointers. I was just, giving him some a little softball questions, not to make him feel nervous or put him on the spot.
Yeah.
But going down the score, the Miami Dolphins have quietly get their record back to 5-7 with a huge win over the Panthers, 33-10. It's
the Dolphins are like really like how the name of their team, Dolphins, they swim. It's like this.
Really do.
Every year it's like one quarterback does good. Like Jacoby did a great job. Barron, he got hurt. Tui was okay, but now Tui has a speed receiver that he can get the ball to. But the Dolphins, man, kudos to that man. That I'm glad that they're sticking with their coach, because they could have.
Yeah, well, Brian Flores is certainly running the ship, and now they've won 4 straight, and now they're back in the thick of it again.
Right.
And again, as you already mentioned, it is okay. Breaking news, folks.
We do it live here on here.
Speaking of our beloved Giants, the Giants are finalizing a deal to add former Angels pitcher Alex Cobb to the team, which would put him in the.
He was high on their list. He was pretty high on their list. I don't know too much about Alex Cobb, so if you bear to give me a little insight with him.
The thing with Cobb is, he's coming off of Tommy John, but the man does have good stuff. But hear me out. This is like a total deal that Farhan would do, because of course Farhan always finds a value in somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
And again, if he stays healthy, Cobb has good stuff. And given with how they've worked with guys coming up with Tommy John, I'm just talking about our pitching staff alone. They've found to get stuff and get things to the people. But as we always say, you sign players that want to come to your organization.
This is true. Ben said that's all sports. And then just baseball is football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer. I want players that want to be here.
Yeah.
Do not come here to collect the check.
Yeah. Go take your ass somewhere else. But yeah.
Damn right.
Nearing a deal that Alex Cobb, former Angel, will be becoming the newest member of the San Francisco Giants. So now that pretty much gives you 4 pieces, to the Giants starting rotation. So could this mean that Logan Webb now becomes the ace of your staff?
Well, he already proved that he should be the ace.
I agree.
I don't care. Even if Gosman came back, Logan Webb is now the ultimate ace on this staff.
He is definitely in the Timmy Bum Kane role as
yes
starter.
Yes.
So I definitely agree. When they open things for real in the regular season in San Diego against the San Diego Fathers, he definitely should be your opening day starter during injury.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's going to be a new look Padres team with Bob Melvin being their manager in San Diego.
Well, all Bob Melvin does is win. I mean,
yeah,
he may not win the big one, but his teams will always be competitive, and that's scary because the Dodgers are going to be competitive.
Oh yeah,
our 107 wins. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
And the Padres are going to be competitive. Arizona and Colorado still got some work to do for me to even consider them being, somewhat competitive. But it's going to come down to those 3 teams, I believe.
Well, if you're Bob Melvin and I get to put in Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado in my lineup every day, I won't be opposed to that at all.
Yeah, I won't hesitate to take that contract.
No. The reunion might be short-lived because Cam looked awful and horrible last night.
What did I tell you?
I said Cam's looking like old Cam and not in a good way.
Exactly.
And it definitely was not in a good way as he went 5 for 21 for 92 yards and 2 interceptions before he was benched. And I don't know what happened to the Panthers. They start off 3-0 and then they have fallen off the tail side, and now they are 5-7. Ladies and gentlemen,
Christian McCaffrey,
as talented as the kid is, he just cannot stay on the field, as now his season is over with the ankle issues. And you just hope he can get back on the field, because when he is on the field, the man is a tremendous, tremendous talent. But we knew that watching him on the farm in Palo Alto in Stanford. So we knew the talent.
Yeah.
We knew it. And ladies and gentlemen, the worst nightmare might be coming back into fruition yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Patriots are surging and the Patriots are coming. Much to the chagrin of me and my co-host, and you can see the look on his face. He is shaking his head. But we both said, because we both know football, we both said they will not be down for long. If you think Belichick wasn't pissed off at that 7-9 season a season ago, kept saying it's not going to take them long.
Let's just say this. Belichick ain't even an offensive-minded head coach.
No, he's
let's
not.
Get that. Let's throw that on the table. Josh McDaniels is almost Norv Turner 2.0.
Yeah.
Can't be a head coach, but damn it, I will sure scheme up an offensive plan to beat any defense in the NFL. You just line them up. I'm gonna do what I got to do. Josh McDaniels is easily made everything easy for that rookie.
Well, can we say that Matthew Judon might be one of the best signings in the offseason of the Patriots?
Already been told you that, bro. I don't know what to say about that.
But yet again, the Patriots, who are now 8-4,
yes,
now tied with the Titans for the number 1 seed because they both have identical 8-4 records. And you definitely do not want to go to Foxborough in January.
No,
especially in that damn cold, to play this damn team in the playoffs. You might not want that smoke. I'm just, trying to tell people him being one of them. But you might not want that smoke. But
we went to Foxborough in January.
Well, y'all should have won.
Matter of fact, that was my birthday. They were in Foxborough when I watched that debacle.
Wasn't a debacle, it was a bullshit call, but we have dissected that and beat the dead horse with a stick over that so many times. But I'm getting negative goosebumps. Let's move it around. here's the scary part about this. The Patriots are doing it like the old way, like they used to do it. It's people you don't know about. It really isn't. Harris, you don't know about him.
No.
Stevenson, you don't know about him.
No.
James White, you know him.
Yeah.
But again,
do you really know him?
You do. Bolden, Aguilar.
Well, you knew about Aguilar from last year because of Derek Carr.
Nikhil Henry is starting to come out the doghouse.
Well, you know what? About time.
Yeah. and then all of a sudden.
Oh, wait. Let me say it. Your former player, number 84,
who couldn't catch the side of a
play football.
Who couldn't catch the side of a barn.
No, he couldn't catch a cold. He probably couldn't even catch COVID.
Here's my thing about Kendrick Bourne. The easiest, simplest pass will hit him in the hands and he will drop it.
Ooh, wait. Now let me piggyback off what you're saying. Did you see the pass that Jalen Hurts threw the Rhaegar Sunday? And he literally butterfingered it, brick walled it.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit him in the hey, what does our dad say? Hit him in the wrong part. Hit him in his hands.
Hit him in his hands.
The GOAT will tell you if it touches a fingertip,
you catch it.
You catch that ball.
You catch it.
And that's from the GOAT's mouth. And I don't believe anything he says.
Well, hence why Michael Irvin gave him the name Jesus in Cleats.
Well, I'll drink to that.
I'll take a sip of some good H2O off of that one.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah. It's
but yeah, the Patriots are peaking. I mean, we kind of knew that would come back simply because, again, the hoodie's not going to rest on his laurels for long.
And if I'm the Buffalo Bills, they need to circle the wagon and start panicking a little bit because
they're now looking at
do the Bills and Patriots play again?
One more time. Yes. And that might get flexed into a Sunday night game.
Hey, I will not be mad at that matchup because I think the Patriots defense can do it. And the way Mac and Cheese is playing football right now, yes, I called him by his nickname Mac and Cheese because that's what his name is right now. But my co-host did not want Mac and Cheese drafted in San Francisco. Oh, excuse me, Santa Clara. But I want to ask my co-host this question. Do you renege on your feelings on that? Would you rather have Mac Jones right now?
I still stand by what I said. And this is why I say that. Because there was no guarantee that he would have been as successful given the situation what's going on with my beloved team. Because and we'll dissect into that as the show progresses. But again, Mac Jones needed structure. He would have not had that in Santa Clara. Now, it's the other teams you might want to ask, do you regret not taking them? And I'm pretty sure they will say yes. Okay. How you think Justin Herbert would look in a uniform, Miami Dolphin fans?
Well, he ain't looking too hot right now, though.
No, but I'm pretty sure they would take him over Tua Tagovailoa at this particular moment in time.
Oh, well, they'd take Deshaun Watson right now, who's pending a case. Right.
I digress. But no, I still stand by what I said. I still wanted Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. They gave me Trey Lance.
Well, do you really want Zach Wilson now?
He was gonna have some growing pains, but I would have trusted that his ability still fits the scheme. I still think
okay. I see where you're going with that. You want the schematics of it more than anything else.
Yes.
He fit the mold of a Shanahan type offense. Okay.
Yes.
I see where you're going with that. So you're basically going off the structure. You're going off the structure that Mac Jones did not fit your system.
I believe that, yes, because yes, he can sit there and be a pocket thrower. But again, if you look at when his dad, Kyle, won the Super Bowls, granted, Elway was not the same mobile quarterback that he was in his prime, but Elway still had the ability to get out of the way, avoid defenders, and still make moves with his legs. I don't know if Mac Jones can do that. Mac Jones is your prototypical sit in the pocket like Tom Brady, which that art is leaving. Yes, that art is still being held on to by Brady, but you look everywhere else, most other quarterbacks are mobile with their feet.
Yeah, you're right.
When they have to be. So I mean, for Mac Jones, he slotted into the right situation, almost kind of like how years ago. He just came right into Belichick and Hoodie's lap, and you just have to tip your cap to the Patriots because I mean they just he's there. Okay, come to Polaris Foxborough. We'll show you the Patriot way, and it's paying off. They're 8-4. The Eagles in the LT throwbacks. And on the day they retire number 92, Michael Strahan's jersey, they find a way to beat the Eagles 13-7. We'll just leave it at that. Falcons get back on the winning track. Another close loss for the Jaguars.
God, they're so good.
The Falcons going to win 21-14. Same exact score. And shout out to a friend of the program, Mr. Marquise McDonald, his beloved Jets.
Wait,
back.
Which he texted us that his team lost. And I'm like, what do you mean? You guys are 2 minutes away from a W. Be happy with that.
Yeah. But his team, and again, for the program, his team gets a win 21-14. And Zach Wilson. He is our winner of this week's Scott Mitchell. Well, actually, we have a co-winner. And one didn't even throw a pass. But dadgummit, when you line up behind your right guard and not the center, that gives you an automatic Scott Mitchell Award winner. So we got two winners.
What did I tell you? I said, I don't care. That right there is a big nominee right there for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. So congratulations, Zach Wilson and Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins. You are the Scott Mitchell Award winner for Week 12 with the interception, and I don't know where my center is. Broncos beat the Chargers, despite the fact that Teddy Bridgewater went out, Drew Lock came in, Teddy Bridgewater came back in, but the story was the Broncos defense giving Justin Herbert and the Chargers fits after fits after fits, and Patrick Surtain II playing like his daddy all over the field, including a tip drill pick six. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go the other way and make a house call. And of course, the Broncos did his Raiders a favor by beating the Chargers, which puts everybody over 500 in the AFC West. And well, ever since they made the trades for those two particular people, the Inglewood Rams are 0-3. And they are leaking some oil. But the Green Bay Packers find a way.
Yes.
They beat the Rams 36-28. Rodgers threw over 300 yards and had 2 touchdowns. And Devontae Adams, he is a bad man. Jalen Ramsey, you are good, but 8 catches for 104 yards.
Hey, wait, can we get the quote when Odell wanted to get the jersey from Devontae Adams?
He said, go get Cooper Kupp's jersey. Get your teammate. He said, go get your teammate's jersey.
You ain't trying to be here.
And it was a very unique game. But lately, the Browns and Ravens, when they get together, they don't disappoint. They give you some entertaining.
I don't get it. The man throws 4 interceptions. You don't win a game.
No.
Throwing 4 that is 4 turnovers. You don't win the game if you have 2 turnovers.
Let alone.
Lamar Jackson is a different human being, and I just don't know what to say about that young man.
Well,
he's only 26.
Well, here's what helped the Ravens last night. When you go 7 for 15 on 3rd downs, that normally sets you up for success to win games.
Big facts. Facts, bro. Big facts.
Because I mean, how do you, but the thing is, and of course, John Madden said this best, which I cannot wait for that John Madden documentary on Christmas Day. Oh my God, on Fox. But anyhow.
What day again? What day?
on Christmas Day on Fox.
Yeah, you know what? Depending on what time that starts, kids might be opening up their Christmas gifts by themselves.
Yes.
Because he started as a Raider, he ended as a Raider, and he went in the booth. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
And damn it, don't get him started on the damn play in Pittsburgh in 72, because he will. You want to see John Madden close to being pissed off?
Here,
Talk about that game.
I wasn't born. I wasn't even thought of.
No.
And that play happened. But guess what? Me and my co-host, aka my brother, we're historians of the game. We do our research. We know what happens in anything that we speak upon. That play was illegal because there was no way that you can catch a deflected ball that way back in that era.
Back in that era, no, there was no double.
That was not allowed. The play was dead. Those referees allowed that play. And I'm here to tell you this. The referees got spooked because they were in Pittsburgh and they didn't want none of the smoke from the fans. So Pittsburgh got the home field advantage. Be happy, be merry. So understand, when you look up controversy in the NFL, the Raiders are going to be involved in about 4 or 5 plays.
I can't argue that.
And did it go? Wait. And I can guarantee you, one of those plays went the Raiders' way, and it's called the Holy Roller.
The Holy Roller. But of course, talking about doesn't do justice. But the greatest soundbite on radio you will ever hear is Bill King's soundbite of that play. What kind are they? You don't know. We'll have to open them up. But yeah, Bill King's description of that play. If you've never heard Bill King's description of the Holy Roller, look it up on YouTube. It is some of the best vocabulary you will ever hear on the radio side of a play, because it just defines everything. And of course, what even makes it so was, of course, the famed San Diego Chickens reaction to the whole thing. It's just insane. It's great, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the Ravens beat the the Browns 16-10.
Yes.
And now my team has won 3 out of the last 4 games, or 4 of the last 5 games. They've
Well,
won
now,
3 in a row.
Wait. Before we talk about your beloved team, first of all, I would like to raise the Michelob and take a nice little swig.
I agree to that.
Understand that you should note this, and it's recorded. What I'm about to say. Mark this down.
Do I need to check your temperature right now?
There's no need to take the temperature.
Okay. I just had to ask.
There's no COVID. I'm vaccinated.
Okay.
There's nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I am going to say this. The damn Niners have been playing some exciting, watchable football.
Oh, he said watchable. You went there.
What I mean by that,
Oh, you went there.
Even with your spotty quarterback. But what I've been telling you all along, and we can all say this, I find one player on your horrible team. Yes, I said horrible with that I'm giving them credit. One player. Vernon Davis is one, because I always told you, if you wanted to win, you find Vernon Davis. Now, the player that I have locked in on, Deebo Samuel. Oh, my God. He is Cordell Patterson, but being used more than Cordell Patterson.
And we have spoken on how he has been a tremendous talent in regards to Cordero, and just continuously be underutilized and not used properly. And for the life of me, I can't understand why.
So what I'm going to say is, the man lines up in the backfield as a running back. The man lines up at every wide receiver position that you can ask him to line up as. And all he does is produce. And I will tell you this bittersweet thing. I was happy, but sad in the Super Bowl that they stopped using him.
Well, how many times have I gone over that subject? How many times have I? How many times
That's not the whole reason why y'all lost the Super Bowl. Third down is why y'all lost the Super Bowl.
But
third down would not have happened if you kept using your Swiss Army knife. You mark this down, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to take a shot of tequila after I say all this, because I want to throw up right now, because I'm giving the Niners credit.
And this pains him to do so. This really does.
It doesn't really pain me as much to talk about my own division, but it really pains me. Yeah, you're right. You know what? This is ultimate throw up right now.
Yeah, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
If you continue to use your Swiss Army knife in that Super Bowl, the Chiefs had no answer for that man. They could not stop him. End around, screens,
jet sweeps,
running routes. They could not stop him. But once Kyle Shanahan decided to turn into the Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan. So what I'm saying is, I'm going back to my saying when y'all had Vernon Davis. If you want to win, give Deebo the ball, because he is Deeboing like Deebo from Friday. The young man is playing out of, I know you're losing them for 2 to 3 weeks. You know, you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. I know you're losing you're losing at least about 75% of your offense, because that's what he is. He's 75% of your offense.
Yeah. That's a good analogy.
But how you're using Deebo is how you should be using your running backs. Run the damn ball.
Well, it was so good to see number 25 back out there ready to go, Mr. Elijah Mitchell.
Well, you already talked about Elijah Mitchell. I have literally sit here and talked about your whole running back stable.
Yeah.
Got running back who ain't even out on the field right now. And we can preach a sermon about this young man. You see how I did that? You see how I did that? You understand? I kind of entered my Chris Berman with that one. But
yeah.
have not even used the credibility of Trey Sermon, who was a
No.
beast in college.
At Ohio State, yes, he was. But 27 carries,
Holla
133 yards.
quietly, because guess who's going to get most of the attention? Mr.
Oh.
Samuel.
Mr. Samuel, who out of his 6 carries for 66 yards, found the end zone twice. Running the ball. Not passing, running the ball.
Yeah.
But Mitchell averaged 4.5 or 4.9 yards carry, almost 5 yards carry. And it was just tough, bruising yards that the Vikings defense had no answer for. But I'm just happy Jawan Jennings caught the ball. And one of them just happened to be in the end zone. Because I have been asking, can we please use Jawan Jennings in goal line situations? And dang it, somebody heard me. But
well, talk to you. You know what? I would really wish that we were credible, because I would love to get a one-on-one, me and you, talking to Kyle Shanahan. I would love to just have him on our show to where I can ask him a question. Is like, why do you go away from the running game that's been winning you games? If you wanted to be, I know, like I said earlier in the show, coaches don't look at stats, just like my Raiders are 6-0 when Derek Carr throws over 300 yards. Easy. Why do you go away from what's putting you in a situation to win the game? I would love it just to hear what he has to say.
And that's with any coach, really.
Well, you can. I can really ask my offensive coordinator, because really it's not besides here right now. It's really
Greg Olson.
Greg Olson, yes.
Why
are you not letting Derek Carr cook?
But to go back, it's almost kind of like the Harbaugh formula, if you will, with, okay, let the defense be good, run the ball with Frank Gore, and ask Kaepernick or Alex Smith, don't make a mistake.
Yes.
That's kind of what's going on with Garoppolo. I mean, Garoppolo, some would say pedestrian numbers, 17-26 for 230 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception.
Yes.
But you're not asking him to sling it all over the field, because that's not his MO.
No.
But the situation is there. You get your horse back, Elijah Mitchell, run him to the breaks go down, and then you can utilize and put in Jeff Wilson Jr. And then when Jermichael Hasty comes back, you can perhaps use him. Unfortunately, Trey Sermon got injured. I don't know the extent and the severity of his injury, but hopefully he can be utilized. But again, not only are they utilizing Deebo Samuel, but dadgummit, they're finally using Brandon Ayuk. He's finally out the doghouse. And now he is playing to this capability that he was last year. Yes, he's making catches and still hurtling over defenders, because Xavier Rhodes was holding on for dear life, holding on to that leg, because he did not want to become another poster as that kid from the Eagles did last season with that hurdle. But, I mean, right now, the Niners are really playing some good football.
Yes, they are.
And right now, they really have a chance to. I don't think the division is in the grasp, because I just don't see the Cardinals. I don't see them relinquishing their hold on the NFC West. So I'm going to say that the Cardinals, the Western division, is theirs to have.
So you're basically telling me you're focusing on the bye week. I mean, not the bye week. You're focusing on wild card.
Yeah.
That's where your focus is right now.
Unless the Cardinals go on a sincere, steep decline, which can happen, but I'm not going to say it's going to happen, because I think the Cardinals learned their lesson from last season, and they don't want to resort and go back to that. So that's why I'm gonna say that. Forget about the NFC West. Okay, right now, you came into yesterday's game against the Vikings, holding on to the final slot in the NFC wildcard slot, which there are 7 slots. And of course, as you know, only the team with the best record in the conference gets the week bye. We know this.
Yeah.
Now, you've won 3 in a row. You won 4 of your last 5. You're now the 6th seed. You moved up on the Vikings. Now with the Rams having lost 3 straight, having the Rams being one of the teams that you beat, you now possibly have a chance to be the 5 seed, which would be the highest seed you can go, not being a division winner. Granted, the next 2 games are, well, this week should be a winnable game because, yes, it's a division game, and yes, historically, CenturyLink and now whatever the heck they call it field now has been a house of horrors. We have only beaten Russell Wilson 1 time on that field, and that came in 2019 with the tremendous tackle by Dre Greenlaw. But this is not the same Seattle Seahawks team. They suck. I know as long as number 3 is playing quarterback, they will have a chance, which is why I'm really going to watch very closely as a scout tonight.
It's different this year.
It is. But Russ is 15-4 against my team in his career for a reason. He just gives my team fits and always has, and it's just irritating. But
We got Turkey on the 50.
Turkey on the 50, yes, they have to look at it. They're 3-7 for a reason. But the game that concerns me is the game that will happen on the 39th edition of my personal holiday against the Bengals in Cincinnati. I'm circling that game because that could determine, to me anyway, that determines their playoff fate against the Bengals in the jungle on my personal holiday. I think they can beat Seattle. They should beat Seattle again. Granted, losing Debo for 1 to 2 weeks is not going to help.
But will you have Debo for that game?
No.
Oh.
Will not.
So you mean you play the Bengals in 2 weeks?
Yes. Because as it stands,
So wait, your birthday is literally in 2 weeks?
literally, yeah. Week 14.
You old SOB. You and Nicole, you old SOBs.
I don't care. I still look good, and to you, your wife still looks good. So that's all that matters.
Hey.
I said to you.
Wait, I can
listen
call
to
you guys ancient, but yes, she does. We're gonna get there. She does look good. But wait. You guys are older than me, but I do not look like our age.
But I'm not ancient, and I still look good. I don't care.
I've looked this way since the 9th grade.
The difference is I can grow a lot of hair on my face. That's the only difference.
Are you threatening me to grow facial hair?
No, I'm not. You don't. You don't like beards, and neither do I. But the only reason why I grow this because it can get cold as balls out here, and I'm not trying to have my face be cold.
Let's take back to sports.
I said cold as balls. I did not stutter. But the only thing that sucked is getting Dre Greenlaw back, and then he hurts his groin. Then Debo hurts his groin. It just sucks. But my team is playing good football, and hopefully they can continue the momentum. Quickly, football team against the Seahawks tonight. Who do you like?
Well, I would like the Washington no team with a mascot to win the game because they do play my Raiders next week. Well,
more breaking news. It is
here we go.
Brian Kelly will be taking his talents from South Bend to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He will be your next.
I thought he would never leave that job. I thought when Kelly got that job that he was going to be set and they would fire him before he left. But I guess LSU is somewhat of a.
I mean, SEC is taken away from independent Notre Dame. And I mean, Notre Dame is.
I guess if you do win, but see, here's the thing. If you win the title at Notre Dame, that's bigger than winning the title at LSU.
I agree. I agree. I mean,
but the thing about when you're coaching at Notre Dame, one loss eliminates you from everything because you don't play big names.
True.
If you understand anything with college, you have to play big name colleges for you to be even considered ranked. I don't understand how Alabama is still ranked in whatever they are, but it is what it is.
Well,
but now back, I am kind of thinking that I want Washington to win. You know how I feel about teams coming in with a bitter taste in their mouth when they play my team, because you can have a crappy game against Seattle, lose that game, and then you come next week and play the Raiders, and your whole squad looks like y'all should be 15-0. So I would, but for on your purposes, you want Washington. So we're both in the same boat. We both want Washington to win this game. You want Washington to win because you don't want Seattle. Well, no, you will really kind of want Seattle to win this game because you don't want them coming in playing y'all with a bitter taste in their mouth.
Well, bottom line is they still have Bobby Wagner and they still have Russell Wilson.
Well,
and you always have a chance with those two, even though they're not the same team. Very quickly before the show ends, we're going to switch things to the association and the sexy matchup that will take place tomorrow evening in the Valley of the Sun.
The Dubs.
You have the 18-2 Golden State Warriors.
Let me get a quick standby while we're talking about this. Let me get a quick standby. So we can really show this.
He's getting the board, folks. He is getting the board.
So
yeah. There you see it. That's his daily board of his teams. But underneath the records says it all. Somebody break up the Pats, the Suns, and the Dubs. All clubs are playing lights out. And I mean, as great as the Warriors have played, and rightfully so.
And hold on, speaking of the Dubs, we do have Mr. Jackie Moon, aka Klay Thompson, down in Santa Cruz,
along with the Wise Man
together.
Along with the Wise Man,
getting their ish together to come back and join the full squad. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready, buckle up, because when Klay Thompson's come back, I guarantee you, not game one, maybe not game two, but somewhere within 5 games, mark it down, within 5 games, Klay Thompson is going to show you the reason why his name is Klay Thompson.
He might hit 23s in one game, I'm just saying.
Well, look here.
I'm just saying.
Do you think they won't pass him the ball? I believe Kurt already got a full-fledged package when Klay's 100%, because he's going to be on minutes restriction, because we do not want to. He needs to be wrapped in bubble wrap.
He's been saying that forever.
We go as far as these 2 Splash Brothers go. And
agreed.
On top of that, Draymond Green is starting to have fun in basketball again. And if you don't know, when Draymond Green is having fun in basketball, you damn near get a triple-double out of him every time.
And he almost had one. And he almost had one last night against the Clippers.
So you see where I'm going with this. Yes, I am a Sixer fan too, but do understand I love my Golden State Warriors because they are from the Bay Area and I'm from the Bay Area too. So, ladies and gentlemen, if it does not come down to the Warriors and Sixers in the finals, to where I will not root for nobody but be a fan. Yes, I said nobody. Get ready for the Warriors to make a dramatic run right now. They're already making a run now. But if anybody knows, this is the 73-9 team. They are on a mission. And let me just tell you this right now, and Dub, we're going to finish the show. I'm going to let you in the show, but I want to say this right now. Did anybody see the babyface assassin lose his cool? And then after the babyface assassin lost his cool,
don't give Ordell a technical.
Wait. And after that, he went from the babyface assassin to the Human Torch because he torched the Clippers after that technical.
He went flame on.
With that said,
he went full flame on.
I just want the NBA to understand, because Stephen A. Smith already said this. He said even if Klay Thompson comes back at 75%, the Warriors win the title.
Well, I'll say this. You have the Warriors on one side that are 18-2, and you have the defending conference champions at 17-3. And oh, by the way, the Phoenix Suns have won 16 consecutive games.
Run that number by them again.
The Phoenix Suns have won 16. That's a 1 and a 6 games in a row.
Can we get a Western Conference Finals with the Suns and the Warriors? Can we get that? I mean,
I kid you not. I have a dear friend of mine that lives in Arizona, and she is a diehard Phoenix Suns fan, has been since as long as I've known her. And we were supposed to go to opening night a long time ago between the Suns and the Warriors, and it never happened. And I've always kept saying, eventually, one day, your Suns and my Warriors are going to meet in the playoffs. It possibly could be this year with the way these two have just been playing like teams just out of their minds, because we said the minute the Suns hired him, the minute they hired Monty Williams, we said Phoenix is going to get better under Monty Williams.
because you know why? When you have a human being that is loved, not only loved, but he had a tragedy to where he lost his whole family.
Just the wife. The kid survived.
Oh, my bad.
No, he lost his wife, but the kids did survive. But still, losing your companion, losing your partner, that is most.
And not on top of that, he was already loved. But understand this: Chris Paul has been with Monty Williams on his ups and his downs.
There is a special bond that those two have, and we knew that Phoenix was going to be better. And I kept saying what they did in the bubble, that was going to carry over into the following season.
Oh, what they did in the bubble was just show the rest of the NBA. We're here. And understand that you better showcase this.
But little did we know that was going to turn into an NBA Finals appearance the following season. We knew they would be better. We knew they would improve. But nobody was expecting them to get to the NBA Finals. Nobody. And I was one of those guys that was rooting for them to win the finals because, hey, I am a West Coast guy. And if a West Coast team is in the finals, with the exception of Los Angeles sports teams, I'll root for you to win. Exactly. That's how we feel about LA sports teams.
I love my family in LA, but sports teams,
the double one finger salute. But being of the fact that I lived in that area for a year, and I know how great of a fan base Suns fans are, because for the longest time, the Phoenix Suns was the only show in town in the desert until the Cardinals came in 1988, and eventually the Diamondbacks in 98, and the Phoenix Coyotes, Arizona Coyotes, whatever they want to call themselves. But I wanted them to do well. So if you are a fan of basketball, you will enjoy this game tomorrow. Enjoy, because
hey, I'm out of the market. Wait, is it going to be broadcast on the big network, or do I have to find a way to watch this game?
It will be on TNT. Like, yes.
I really dislike being in the Kings market. I really did. I despise everything about the Kings, mainly Sacramento. I don't be honest. I don't care nothing about Sacramento. Whatever. But that's good. It's on TNT.
With the exception of the River Cats, because they are the Giants' AAA affiliate.
Oh, you know I love the River Cats.
Yes.
But wait, bro, I didn't get the chance to ask you before we end the show. How was your gobble day, man? I mean, I know it was your day off, and how was gobble day?
Well, it was good, considering that normally I work on that day, but the fact that I was given the day off, it was nice to not have to, watch a game, then take a nap and get up and go work. It was actually nice to actually watch all 3 games and actually go back and forth with you as we normally do when there's a game on.
Yeah.
And your Sixers are up 6 in the third quarter over Orlando. Nuggets over by 3 over the Heat. Timberwolves over the Pacers by 4. The Rockets over the Thunder. Bulls over the Hornets. Spurs and Wizards are ready to tip off soon, along with the Mavericks and the Cavaliers. Jazz and the Blazers will tip off at 6. And the late game of the night will be the Pelicans and the Clippers, and that's your NBA lineup for tonight. But yeah, a good week, a good weekend. Your team won on Thanksgiving. My team won yesterday. Our Warriors won yesterday, and the Sharks go to Chicago and get a shot. So it was a pretty good weekend for the beloved teams that we cheer for. And on that note, we're going to dissect this Seahawks and no mascot football team game like we do, and definitely will bring you another show. And that must have been a nasty throwdown.
I'm just going to tell you this. If there's any possible... Yes. I can say there's a possible way that if we get along with our brothers, there might be a possible, if my co-host feels that there could possibly be a show after the game.
Down. You know I'm always down for a part 2 of a show.
Well, I would just say that we will
be on standby if you will.
We will have to find a way to get everybody on Skype because we can't do it on Messenger and recording.
Yes. That's the thing.
As we say goodbye for right now, it's not goodbye, it's see you later.
Or as I like to say in this business, please stand by.
Oh, might be back. So yes, yeah. As my brother would say, he is Dub.
That is Mizzle.
I'm the one and only Mizzle.
And always remember, it is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, well, you're drinking water, but I'm actually drinking. Oh, wait.
You might as well just go ahead and do the Steve Austin right now.
Wait, I don't want to mess up the couch.
No. I didn't say.
Hold on.
I didn't say chug it. But that was more so, do the. Well, now he's going. Now he's going full rattlesnake. Now he's throwing up the one finger salute, and that's why he's my brother, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the only thing we're missing is the rule book.
Oh. Maybe that will be on later on if we can get the rule book on. But ladies and gentlemen, we love every piece of subscriber we have.
Yes.
We won't do it without you. We couldn't do this without you. We appreciate what you say. You guys give us input. We will always strive to get better. But that's my brother Dub. This is Mizzle. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as we always say, we'll do better next show. And good night, Canada.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Drink up. And enjoy the rest of your Cyber Monday as we now go dissect this game that is the football team and the Seahawks.
Yes.
So stand by. There may be a part 2 to this.
Yes.
You never know.
All right, brother. I'll see you. I'll talk to you in a second.
All right.